teaching. You're not taking the piss out of me where it comes to my animals. To a certain degree, you do, but it's mainly, in my opinion, and how I feel, it's always on the way I talk, especially when I speak patois.
Can I answer that?
I am
No, I
finished.
have an answer. I actually have
Mute
an answer
Hannah,
also.
'cause-
One second.
Do you know what?
Paige, mute Hannah.
So if you're gonna appreciate the culture, why are you not loud about the suffering? That's my question.
What do you mean?
Say that again, sorry.
Facts.
I didn't
You can appreciate the culture. Why are you not loud about the suffering? When someone is coming to you and you take a part of their culture, you want to identify with a part of it. But when I come to you as someone from the culture and I say to you like these things are making me uncomfortable, it's a problem. It doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
You can't pick and choose. Either it's an alliance and it's a real alliance and you don't need to keep justifying it, because when there is an alliance, no one needs to justify it.
Exactly.
And do you know why? Sorry, just really quickly, DG, do you know why? Because like I said, I've been very fair the whole thing. Do you know why that's true? Because never once did I sit there and call you any names or dig deep, talk about, I don't know your family, I don't know your platform. I just said about the video. And then you earlier came in before you don't know who I am. You called me a victim and said that we're using, obviously, the situation in terms of racism. You're not a racist, I'm playing a victim. That on its own, you just completely devalued my whole perception of like what I'm offended by. Like you didn't even let me.
Yeah. Can I?
See what I'm trying to say there?
I'll answer that for you. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Because that card gets pulled at this like now. I feel like this card has been pulled, right? So obviously I've done that, and whether you said it or not, right? That card, that letter has said I have been racist, right? So that card has been pulled. Right?
No,
so that
I was not a part of that conversation.
I didn't say you.
I cannot control people who watch and follow and support. How on earth do you watch and follow and support? How on earth do you expect me to keep on top of what everyone's saying and come for me for that? What I'm trying to say is keep that out of it, because that has got fuck all to do with me. Absolutely fuck all.
Well, it has got something to do with
me for that.
It wasn't
But
your
guess
Discord.
what? If you come at me for it, I can't even give you the fucking answer. Again, because I wasn't there. I wasn't a part of the conversation. I didn't even know it even started. I didn't know until it was written up and sent off or whatever they've done, because I still don't even fucking know. Do you know why? Because I'm too fucking busy dealing with shit. My hands are full. I'm not sat here going through what everyone's dealing with. Do you know why? Because I've got things to deal with myself.
I know, but you say like I saw you say this today. I've got busy. I've got I can't scroll. I can't do this. But then you sit here. You've got time to sit here and slag people's parenting off and sit there for a good hour just talking bullshit.
Thinking I'm talking about you. Nobody was talking about you and your parenting. Fact, if you'd have sat there through the live, you'd have known exactly who we was talking about, and it wasn't even a creator. So stop running with little dribbles and drabbles, bits of information to blow it out of proportion when it wasn't even that.
Well, you said creators on this app. You actually said on the video creators on this app. More than your Black King son is better parenting than all the
person who we was talking about wasn't a creator. Yeah.
So is that a slip up from you then?
No, it wasn't. We was talking about a person who was a mod. That was the conversation.
Thank you, Mr. I love you.
Yeah, it was just...
That was the conversation. When everyone else wants to come in, we respond to them. As you're aware, people want to make out it's such and such and such and such. Well, in my personal opinion, if I'm going to talk about anyone in the parenting, I'm a fucking allowed to. Just like all y'all lot fucking do. But it wasn't even targeted at you.
Laura, 1 minute. What do you mean you're
No,
love?
I ain't finished. Sorry, love. I ain't finished.
I'm not love. I'm Pearl. I've just addressed you by your right name. Be fucking respectful
So
back.
can I finish talking? Because I'm not having
Your name's Pearl, not
argument.
love.
I'm
Your name's
having
Pearl.
a conversation.
Well,
I'm
I've just
addressing and
addressed you
finishing
as
my
Laura.
sentence.
I'm
This is
just
what
saying.
I think she meant sorry, hello. I think she meant Team GG lot. I think because they were going back and forth.
She's not meaning that. Wrong.
Anyway, like back to the topic at hand, guys. We get this is what I mean. Like on both sides, I don't think anyone realises it. It's like when you have personal vendettas on it, guys, and it sways into everything.
People keep going off on tangents, Alai.
And it's going like it's affecting like such a big. My whole thing is listen. I don't care. Listen, I love you
Can I
all.
just tell you why I've come in here for tonight? I've been on a live all night long. I've had a poor lad in called Zach Daly.
Sorry, Pearl. Sorry, 1 second. This is the problem that comes with a lot of creators that come with you. So one of the creators that was a minute ago, Team DG, said, "Oh, it's all right for all you blacks to constantly be racist." You see how you get the people brave? You see how the people get brave when they get backed, right? Because listen, meet me in the public outside. None of you will hold any chest.
So there you go. All your comments are saying, "Bye, Pearl, get Pearl out."
No,
I've
never
come
that.
in here just to say something. I've been on a live all night long with a poor lad who's got very, very bad mental issues, who's only been out the hospital not even 4 weeks. There you go. Listen, all of you.
Who was requesting me? You or him? Because you kept requesting me when I was on live. Either you or him was. So either way, you wanted.
Laura, I'm speaking. I haven't finished speaking. Laura, I haven't finished speaking.
Oh, all right then. Even though I couldn't finish speaking and you wanted to rabbit on, but do you know what?
Laura, please, Laura, shut up. I haven't finished speaking.
Don't tell me to shut up, Pearl.
Well, I'm just telling you.
Finish.
Shut up. I was speaking.
Guys.
You say something, Pearl. You don't stand for shit. No,
let me tell you something.
Was I speaking first?
And she ain't doing that.
You just sent all of your tips.
No, I didn't send anyone one.
There you go. How can you know what I was going to say?
You're sending everyone over.
Your
to
team
poor
across
lad you was
to
on
troll
live with.
a poor lad with
What is she talking about?
who hasn't been.
I'll tell you what she was talking about if I can talk.
Was I speaking?
I beg you, mute them. I can't hear you.
Baby, please, was I speaking?
Yeah, sorry, go on, Pearl. That threw me. I'm not used to that. Whoa, it got fiery.
I'll be honest with
Please,
you.
Paige, baby, will you ask them I was speaking? They've talked however long. Can I speak, please?
Right, yeah, go on, sorry,
I wasn't speaking to sheep. I was speaking to you. Sorry, Shep.
No, it's Shep, not
Sorry.
sheep.
I'm a shepherd, love,
sheep,
Sarah.
Shep, it's a mix-up. Right. So, tonight I've been on a live all night long with a young lad called Zach Daly, right? So this lad needs a lot of encouragement, should I say. He gets trolled a lot. He suffers very badly and he ends up in hospital, but like not normal hospital. You get where I'm coming from, right? So tonight, because I was playing a song to sheep, that's what I'm going to say. Then everybody felt the need, because they couldn't troll me, to jump into Zach's. And it was all Team Shep, right? He absolutely had a fucking meltdown on live. So then Alexa kept playing and another phone come on, Bar Black Sheep. So I'm going to say it before it's on the F page. And everybody will see I didn't ask for the song. Alexa carried the nursery rhymes on. So I carried on to sing it. Do you know he was in tears because he got trolled that bad from Team Shep? So well done, Team Shep, for absolutely pulverising a young lad who has nothing to do with come and troll me, because do you want to know what it is? I am big enough and ugly enough to be trolled, because yous do not affect my life. Not one little bit, but leave like little young'uns alone. Yous are absolute wrong-uns. Shame on yous, because you had a man.
I don't know who we're talking about.
You said what you said.
A man reduced to tears who was all
we're not even going to have a conversation.
So well done, all of you. Well done. And Laura, do you know when you've got to say to me? You know when you've got to say to me? Come and say to my face. Don't hide behind your little minions. Come and say to my
opinion. I'm
we
going to
can
tell you
have
a
an
fact.
adult
Hell, you're
conversation.
too, like...
Do not send your
I'm going to tell you a
bullshit.
fact.
Come and
Hannah,
be a
I'm going to
woman.
tell
Right,
you
let's time out now.
a fact.
Kumbaya. I'm going to get the sage out. I'm going to get the sage out.
Be a
Kumbaya,
woman.
I'm
my
not going to
lord.
get
Don't you see my
people
name?
need Jesus.
Do you not see my
Some
name?
people need Jesus. Pal, I
Don't
love you.
send
No, I
your
love you to
little
bits.
minions
I'm not
in.
taking sides, but pal, be so real, darling. I've got no
I'm
respect to
sorry,
the boy,
Paige,
but I
babe,
don't know if
no,
the boy is
Paige.
touching.
I'm sorry, but don't send your minions in, Laura.
No, I didn't. So stop with your lies. Stop with your lies. Stop with your
Yeah,
lies.
but can I just
No, I
say
didn't.
something quick to Pearl?
Please
Pearl.
mute this lady so I can talk. Or I'm
We have
going
to
to
do fucking showtime in a minute,
and we're
guys.
going to get
Literally, we need showtime because
Some of
what
you
the
in
fuck?
here, guys. Sorry. Some of you in here are a lot older than me. I don't want to have to put people on time
while
out.
she's
Like, it's really
speaking because I've got
disrespectful.
respect.
No, I know, Paul, darling. No, but I don't want
for a
to.
second, Boo.
Can we hear from Laura?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank
hear
you.
her.
I don't want to do all that time show. We're all so grown. Like, let's just.
Can we not please mute so I can finish a
Yeah,
comment?
when people are talking, let's
I'll mute
Because
up.
unfortunately, I've not even been able to
restart, Torian.
really, have I?
I've took her. Finally.
Sorry, Sarah, mute. Is it Sarah?
Yeah,
Sorry. I was talking to grandson.
Right, sorry, go on.
Just to briefly answer that, yeah. I was on live looking for my fucking chicken, yeah? Pearl and Zach were non-stop requesting, yeah? And you know what it is, when they're requesting, you keep pressing decline, and I'm saying decline, no, I don't want to. You kept requesting. So I don't know which way you want to come at this, but regardless, it's like you wanted to come over and aggravate Team Shep. That said, I am not their puppet master and I don't tell them what to do. When I come off my live, yeah, I had shit to do. I weren't in no Discord. I weren't in no group chat like that, yeah? So no, I didn't send anybody over, but you brought yourself over, or Zach. One or the other kept requesting me. So what happened after that is, one, not my responsibility, and two, how can you say anything if you were trying to request and join a live with me? With him in there, if he's that vulnerable. So basically, you've not thought about his well-being at all. Because if you wanted to join me on a live, you'd have dropped him if he's that vulnerable. So he wouldn't have been triggered, or he couldn't have been upset by anything. So that's where you didn't think about him at all, and you just thought about yourself as far as I'm
Can I answer, Laura?
No, because I
Paula,
haven't
She's not finished. Let her finish.
finished.
Who you talking
I
to?
haven't finished. Stop interrupting me.
Well, speak properly then.
I am, oh my
Speak properly.
God of his mercies.
Let her finish, Pearl. Let her finish.
I'm going back into space. Do you think, guys? Jesus.
You know what? Let me go talk to Mary. 2 minutes, please.
I'm
Sorry.
big.
That's how as a pig she is.
This is stressing me out.
An adult conversation, calling me a pig, it's irrelevant. Let's stick to the
Right.
point.
So
As
did I
adults,
request you by
stick to
myself
the
to
point.
speak to you,
As
a woman
adults.
onto a woman? Yes or no? Did I want to get in your box on your live today where I go attack the minute I come in? Did I request to be in your box?
I don't know.
Would you let me in?
I don't
No,
do boxes.
you wouldn't.
I don't do boxes, so I don't check my boxes.
Her finish, and then everyone can respond. We're all adults here. Seriously, man. I can't hear myself think, bro.
Ask Laura a question.
Fuck.
And she still hasn't answered it.
Okay, so Pat, what was the initial question? Tell me what the
You
initial
said
question
I was on with Zach tonight, right? Yes,
Yeah.
I was on with Zach. But Laura, did I request you by myself? Quite a number of times. Laura? That's a...
I don't know if she's glitching or...
She said,
I don't know.
I said, have I not answered this question already? One, I don't do boxes. I don't check the boxes. I get bare numbers at the bottom and I don't check them, first and foremost. Number two, I didn't have no one on my live today with what we're going in. I didn't battle no one. I didn't share the screen with no
That's
one.
not for the battle.
So why?
I was coming to
so
speak to
do
you,
I have to
woman
accept
to
you?
woman.
What? to argue for this
No,
missing
Laura.
bullshit. I'd rather not, thank you very much.
I was coming to
like
tell you
have a positive.
because-
No, you weren't, love. You were coming to do
Laura,
this.
stop being fucking patronising, calling me love. I'm not calling you love.
Right,
I'm calling you by your
I'm
fucking
from
name.
fucking
Right, ladies.
Well, I've come on
Yorkshire.
board to tell you,
I'm
Luke
from
will not
Yorkshire
be
and everyone's
apologising
love. Sorry,
to
love.
you
Big
cunt.
up, Pearl. Big
How's
up.
about
I'm
that?
glad you
He
did
won't be
anything.
apologising. Now fuck off, you fucking rangatang.
Oh, yeah. Oops, there it
Wait,
is.
what?
Oops, there it is.
Wait, what?
Oops, there it
Wait,
is. Thanks, I knew
what?
that's what she wanted to say in first place. Oops, there
Wait,
it
what?
fucking is.
No, that's really out of order. But what I've got to say though, Laura, is basically, I was on Dave's live earlier, and what I've got to say first of all,
Stop for a
Dan
second.
is a
Hold on.
cracking
No,
lad.
no.
Yeah,
Stop,
he
stop,
helps
stop,
people with
stop.
mental health so
What did
much
she just say?
daily. And
So, sorry, whoever's talking, pause the whole
Matt,
blood.
I
can
just-
I just talk? Can I just talk? And then I'll leave you.
No,
to it.
sorry, it's my life. Can I actually just speak for a sec? Because everybody be talking. No, not like
Hey,
pal. You know I
Paige,
love
baby.
you, pal. Yeah, pal, I love you. And maybe you didn't mean it like that, pal. But listen, this is what I say to you.
Go
Be
out in the
careful.
fucking jungle.
Can I just,
then
yeah,
it's
no,
what-
let me just hold on. This is what I say to you. If you're going to be a content creator / influencer, sometimes you may say things that wrong or you don't want to say things in a certain way. It doesn't matter because now it's been said and it's held. And any other animal, you could have called her a stinking rat, donkey, pony, you could have called her
No,
mug.
no.
You went orangutan.
Can I talk now? Can I finish what I'm saying? And then
No,
I'll leave you
Sadie,
to
you
it?
can't. One
No,
second,
Sadie,
no.
I'm
It's
shell
not
shocked,
about
babe. Give me a
Dan.
minute.
Don't care.
Because then you know what's going to
There
happen.
it is, there it is. Patience and time, love.
You know
And you
what's
know
gonna
what?
happen?
Patience is a virtue.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
out of order, but
There
Laura
it
is always
is.
talking. And I mean, what's been told on the app this morning regarding Dave and that, regarding
I don't
DG's
care,
little
sorry.
bird
If you're here
and
to
the
defend Dave,
children,
respectfully, darling,
never bring
don't go
children
saying I don't care
involved.
about
Never,
them.
ever. That's
Hey,
disgusting.
can we
Never
all
bring
hold the
children
pillow?
involved.
Can we all hold the pillow and take turns?
Oh, but
'Cause
you can talk
Keep
about
the
my
kids out.
fucking son,
Paige,
can't
can we
you?
get showtime
You know
at this
what? Shut
point?
up.
Yeah, sorry,
Laura,
Sadie or
Laura,
Shade,
you
sorry, I dropped you. I don't know how
started it.
Dave came into this. I'm not
I've
going
not
to just
spoke
do
for
what pick
5
up every
minutes.
creator.
Can I just? Everyone's been screaming. Can I just say, you know, Laura, a minute ago when you said you were talking about an old mod. Well, I've just pulled the video up because obviously I knew. Obviously, I
Why
know
is
you're
everyone
talking a lot of
brushing that
shit.
comment? I don't
Yeah,
get it.
look. Let me just say. You said we're all right to talk about your son. You were the first person to talk about kids. Yeah, listen.
More than after people come through sections.
Paige, I beg
Yeah,
you mute him. It's not
do you
even
want to
about that
listen to
right
it, or
now.
are you trying to hide it?
Crack on.
Can you guys do this? Like, I don't care. Like, respectfully,
Yeah,
I don't.
I'm just saying because this is
DG,
where it
respectfully.
started.
No,
This is where
no,
it started.
I called you. No, you got called into here because of the comments towards me. Like, if you, I get used to having this thing. Like I said, it's not Team Shep or Team DG. DG, I don't care. I want you to understand. Do you understand why I was triggered by your comment?
You know these people when they go on holiday and they're on the TikTok. These
Hey,
people.
mute
You know
Paige, please. I beg
those
you. Can you
people who
mute
go on
him?
the TikTok, where are the kids? You know, these
Oh my
people who go on
days.
holiday.
Has everyone been on the
Where are
fucking
the kids?
whiskey or something tonight? What
That's
the
what I'm
fuck
saying.
is
No,
going
because
on?
Laura just
I'm a
talks
tiny
through and then
creator.
plays
You've got a
victim,
massive
and
creators,
everyone's
and this
bored
is
of
how
it.
you're really running
She's got a
it.
problem with everybody in the English.
I've just been
on the
called a
English,
monkey, so do you know
rankings,
what?
Paige,
and then
can you
plays
mute
the
him
old
for a
man
sec?
being
I'm doing
being
shows
victimised.
right now.
Yeah,
Who wants to
please.
go
Can
do
we
like
get
the Clout
showtime?
guys?
Because what?
Everyone's bored of it. Stop dragging your lamb up the rankings.
Oh,
See you
shut
later.
up, DG, man. Seriously. You're actually chatting shit. Just shut up.
You and
So
fucking
I asked
nothing
you a
but fuck
question.
off.
No, you
You
are.
came
You
into
are,
my live to
DG.
say why you heard about what I was saying, but I've told you, I've calmly explained. I've not gone back and forth. I've not mentioned shit. I've not digged you out. I've not called you racist, and you still can't answer my question or have a conversation with me. All you're based on is you two arguing. You're grown fucking adults. You're all
Exactly.
big older
Answer
than me.
what
You know,
question?
grow
You didn't-
up. Grow up. Why have I called you
For
out,
fuck's
DG, to say the
sake.
influence you have because you're very influential? I said, I want to talk to you as an adult about why I was triggered in the black community. And no one actually cares. That shows me you lot don't give a shit about the topic of conversation. You want to go at each other.
You're triggered by
I
an
don't
accent.
care.
You're triggered by an accent.
Doesn't matter. You're listening. There you go. You're triggered by a comment by a son. Do you know how many people tell me about my kids every day in the comments? And my kids are good.
I wasn't
Let me
triggered.
finish,
I just
please. I'll let
responded
you
to
just
her
talk about your whole
parenting because
thing.
her parenting definitely isn't fucking better than mine.
So
I'll tell you that.
and you've just sat there and
None of my
explained why
kids
you're
are in prison.
triggered, and so you've asked me a comment why I'm triggered. I'm telling you, you've been heard. I'm not been heard, and I'm not even digged you out or no
You
one
have been
else. Is my
heard.
point.
You have been heard. You've told us, and I
So I've
understood
asked you a
it.
question and you've ignored me and started playing the thingy. I said, thank you, Georgia darling, thank you. I said, do you understand why I and other people could be triggered by the pon, not the accent? accent because you can imitate. I do accents. I've got ADHD, and one of our things is imitating people's accents with you, especially if you love it. Do you know what I mean? I do it all the time. It's the when you were saying it because you don't like her, the pon. All I said to you was never called you racist. Do you understand? From a small created little me, do you understand why I got triggered and why it's annoying to constantly hear them things from people? That's all I'm asking you, mate. And no one can give me like a decent answer or understand where I'm coming from.
I'll answer you. She puts on an accent, so I put on an accent.
No, but that's not okay. So you know when you go into a shop, DG, yeah, and you've got Indian people, yeah, or Chinese people, or any third generation of a different race or culture that lives in the UK, but their parents or grandparents of that generation. You know when you break in, it's not putting on an accent. It's called breaking into like your actual dialects. Yeah, your ethnicity. So if an Indian person, you know, they can be, I'm sure we've all been to school with loads of different people, whether they're Indian, Jamaican, Chinese, whatever race they are, Polish, Albanian, when they've got an English on accent, they're talking certain phrases they'll say or certain conversations they'll have, especially if you're talking to people from your native land, you break phrase, you break into certain, like dialect. You are not from these places, so where you're doing an accent, you're doing a Geordie accent, that's not an ethnicity. It's not a culture.
Well,
that's an
Polish,
accent.
Polish.
But when you're doing... So when you're saying it and you're saying she's not putting on an accent, DG, you are. That she is got Jamaican within her. Her ethnicity is half Jamaican.
Like that when she started the app. When she started the app, she
so how do you know that she wasn't comfortable?
What the
How do you know, DG, as a black woman, she was not fully comfortable on a predominantly app where predominantly, let's be realistic, white creators get a big, very big...
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
Didn't feel comfortable. Come on.
Can I just say something?
She didn't. This is what I'm saying. Yet again, I can play devil's advocate for someone I don't know. So why the fuck can't you unless you've got a bias? I'm saying I don't know. She either could be faking or she could not have been comfortable. I don't know, nor do I care that much. My point is, when it comes to the terminology of racism, she's not putting on an accent if she's from that place. If that's her ethnicity. And people around her have been spoke like that from her whole life. When you're mocking it and you're saying that's my point. It's not about reach. I'm saying you don't know. You don't know why she did or didn't do it is my point.
I'm mocking her because she puts
you also said about I didn't ever speak like this. So go to my Pets Palace page, yeah? Scroll. You'll find me speaking this way from way back then. My TikTok live really started when I was leaving the last place. And I then come over here. There's a post where I'm saying to Mohammed, oh, what a bomber ass you had a boy. Yeah? So I was doing it a little bit more then. But unfortunately, I found myself doing it a lot less.
Laura, why are you even answering to this?
Okay, hi, Laura.
Why does Laura have to explain herself?
So then they can come with something else instead of bullshit.
Why have you got a sheep on?
Hello, can I just chime in quickly?
I want to chime in quickly, guys. And I can't get my word out. You
go, Torian, go.
Talking about flipping a sheep, a this, a that. Pell has just called Laura a orangutan, no one has spoke up about it or said anything. I don't get it. Has it gone over you lot's head? I was worrying about her saying something about your parenting or whatever, but Pell has just sat here and said a racial remark and nobody is speaking up about it. Like, what the fuck?
They don't care about racism, Torian. They really do not care.
How far do you take this racism? How far does this like?
Be called a fucking monkey.
No, what
not
does she say?
Not
DG, can I just say something to you? You know,
Toy Soldier, you might as well drop.
No, DG,
because what you're saying, none of it makes sense.
Oh, does it not make sense? He's having a point of view and he's telling you his point of view.
It doesn't make sense.
It does make sense. He's in the box to have his point of view, so he's having his say. So let him have his fucking say.
Go and sit, be quiet. Because no one was talking to you. To be backup dancer.
I don't care if no one's fucking talking to me.
Say bye. No one's talking to you.
Say one more point.
He's got a mouth.
You see your followers that you've got on this app, your 350 whatever followers, yeah? Let me tell you something. You see, once this app goes, them followers are going too, mate. This app ain't staying forever. So you carry on hiding behind your little followers and your little platform.
That's his backbone.
But remember, outside TikTok, there's real life. There's real life situations. So you carry on making your comments and man, you don't get boxed in your mouth in real life. Not in TikTok, but in real life. You idiot.
All night. 2 hours.
So what, Rossi? I want to hear from Rossi reports because I was in Rossi's live earlier.
Yeah, I've done 2 hours.
And Rossi's live, wound me up like a merry-go-round. Okay,
No, right.
It was like giving, I'm nearly done. It was giving deja vu. It was giving like it was 6 months ago and I was back in Miss Headband's live, okay? That's the vibes it was giving, okay? You was not very, like, even down to DG, I'll be real, sat there and listened to what I've got to say, and even though you went off topic or whatever, still listened. You just point blank denied, muted, dropped every, like, person that had an actual, like...
Who are you talking? You're talking about me? Are you talking about me?
Mm-hmm.
I gave everyone a say. You, 3 of you was in my live, and you all sat there talking over me, didn't even let me speak,
Mate,
and
you
you all had your say.
You was like running around.
No, you didn't.
You're talking absolute rubbish. Do you want me to upload the replay? Because you lot had your say. You was all talking about Black history and your culture all night long, and I sat there and listened. And you did
there for about 10 minutes.
Rubbish. Okay.
I went in there first when
I was not in there for long.
I went in there and he had a whole people on his panel talking about swearing shepherds and racism on the app. So I rose on the stage and I said that I've had enough of white content creators talking about racism when they don't stand for nothing. Shush, please.
And I was called a Milky Bar.
You keep talking over me, like, please, shush. So I said to him, a lot of these white content creators, i.e. the Pels, the flipping Zacks, the whoever, want to talk about racism, but then the next day they'll have people like Angie in their box who talks racist things, who talks about disability children, who does the whatever. So what I'm saying is it's all for clout. Because when you lot are ready to talk about racism, you don't want me and Paige in your box and to talk about it. But then the next day you'll have the racists in your box. So what my point is that no one don't stand on shit. You lot all do it for clout, for money, for gifts, DJ decoration, pearls, all of you lot. And I said it with my chest.
I've been waiting a while honestly, in my opinion, I'm a woman of colour, you know, I'm Asian, and you know, DG Decor, I don't know you, I've watched your lives quite a few times, and I actually find you quite a funny lad. You are funny, but you know, the accents, they get to me, you know, when you're doing your Asian accent, I think, is this guy for real? Like, why are people allowed to get away with this? Can I fit 1 minute, please? I'm not trying to be rude, I'm just trying to get my point across. So if I was out on the street and someone did that, none of my friends would ever do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, any of my friends never try and do that accent to me and think it's acceptable. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not funny. And the only reason why you get away with it is because you have got such a big platform and so many people are up your ass. And, you know, I'm not saying you haven't earned your clout from being funny or whatever, but it's not right. You've got the people in the comments now, all these girls coming up to try and stick up for you. But what you're all going against, it's wrong. Like Pearl, before, she was going on with herself. Like, I watched her live before I come on to this one, and she was going on royal about how she's an advocate for not being a racist because she's on live with whoever that lad was she was talking about who's got mental health problems. And he was getting a lot of stick, but it was her fault. That was all her fault. She was happily laughing, playing those songs, knowing damn well that they were aimed at that Shep. I don't even know her either, right? But they were all aimed at her. And then when that bar Black Sheep come on, she thought that was hilarious. And then because the comments come through, she thought, oh, let me cover my ass and say I was singing it to my grandchildren, because she knew it was going to get screen recorded and go on the FYP tomorrow. It's just fucking wrong. Like, you need to wake up. I'm not being funny, but I'm a parent of 2 children myself, and you to call yourselves parents and be saying shit like that on a fucking public app. Wind your neck in, do you know what I mean? You need to educate yourselves big. That's all I can fucking say. Like, I'm gobsmacked.
I just want to say, are we not allowed to do impersonations anymore now? Then are we not allowed to do that? You know.
Since when has been doing an Asian accent impersonation been acceptable?
Why not?
I've never heard that be acceptable.
Right, yeah, I'll tell you what. Little Britain, right? Look at this. This is how bad this has gone now. Little Britain was cancelled from telling because people are complaining.
Talk about Little Britain.
But you said.
Can I just say though, Little Britain, also the show where 2 people from the show got like literally caught doing not very good things that none of us on this panel, I'm sure, would agree with, don't want to say. So let's not relate ourselves to the 90s where people like, what's his name? BBC One guy was rolling around hospitals, DG, rising himself around all these little kids, and it was acceptable by a lot of people around. So I get what you're saying, DG, because white chicks wouldn't run now either backwards.
Do you watch telly anymore?
course I watch TV.
Do you? When was the last comedy film that come out that you enjoyed? Right, I want this honestly, and please don't interrupt us.
Okay, I really enjoyed. Okay, not film, but I enjoyed like Ted the TV show. That was witty and bantery, and it was.
So Ted, a couple of years ago. Yeah, a couple of years old now.
Well, that's just like saying music though. Everything's shit now, DJ. The cost of living shit, the music shit, the telly shit. There is a lot of snowflakes.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Because of this whole mentality that everyone's
everything
coming around now. Right, because this whole mentality, you can't have a laugh without somebody being offended from something. And I'm not just saying the racism. Fucking hell, I'm not just saying
theories is good.
Racism. I mean, in whole terms of you cannot have a laugh. Soon there'll be no comedy. There'll be no fucking. And
you say that, but then there's people like Ricky Gervais, who is one of the most dark humoured guys, and he gets away with it because he's very. When I say skillful with it, I mean he cares about what he's saying. So you look at the people that he's marketing and targeting and look at how he says his jokes. He never comes with just random people. Like he even says I'm sure you've all seen, what's the thing that he done where his missus had the C word and he said, you ginger to little kids, and he was all talking about, all them funny jokes that are very off the cuff that you probably think wouldn't happen. He's very tasteful. So you can, I get what you're saying, and I agree with so much stuff is crap now because it's so dulled down. I agree with what you're saying, but let's not confuse that and correlate that with us being offended by people saying...
No, I don't just mean you, I mean in general. As in
no, that's what I'm trying to say to you. I agree, I'm saying to you, I agree with what you're saying. That's
you can't watch Coronation Street without getting...
Can you rise man like Dan, please?
Can I just say something quickly and then I'll go and let someone else rise up? Paige, you're doing amazing because you're keeping your calm and I respect that. It's really nice to see. But on the flip side, TikTok had the guy who's done the White Chicks song. Let's face it, that's disgusting. If TikTok's a company and they're going to promote that, that's wrong in their eyes. But at the same time, DG's putting out content. I like DG. I think he's doing absolute world for this app. He's trying to make content. He's not just sat on his ass doing fuck all like most of the other people on here. You're having debates, which is good. On the flip side, there's people here which is using it for their own self-gain. And unfortunately, this app is going to be exactly the same. It's not going to change. And whether you think it or not, Shep, you are the most disgusting, vile person I've ever met. You're doing it for self-gain. Speedo, what you've done to him, what you've done to everyone else is absolutely foul. Whether you agree or not, everyone, I do not care. What you've done is ruined a man. You broke that bloke.
Sorry, I'm going to mute yet again off topic. Respectfully, not the topic of conversation.
Is it possible if I could just say a word on the behalf of white people, please?
Whoa, who has such a deep voice?
Honestly, I'm in bed, so it's definitely deeper than before. But one thing that I just cannot sit and stand on, is the covert racism that is going on. You can't come up here and have conversations about things that are not the most important thing at hand. What is going on is a travesty. You cannot allow somebody to call somebody an animal.
Thank you. Who is this man?
That is racist. And you want to come up here and say about content that's being made and people are doing it for the wrong reasons. That is not the topic of conversation. The topic of conversation is the fact that us as white people are allowing covert racism when we have a following and we have people who follow us and watch us and listen to us based on what it is that we do. And when we don't speak, we are speaking. You need to understand that when you don't open your mouth, you are speaking. You have to open your mouth when something is done that is not something that is okay. Laura did not deserve to be called a zoo animal because of what it is that she was saying. She called somebody love. So she was using something that she says on a daily basis. There is no disrespect being said. That is just like me calling someone babe or darling. Because it would never be a problem if I called you darling with it. You cannot refers to people as allow that and she went mental at them. So how do you justify that? That was said.
Let Dan the man talk, please.
And at the end of the day, as people who have followings, and I have a stone compared to you, DG, and other people on this app. My following is nothing like yours. You cannot sit and stay silent and change subjects of conversations. You have to draw it for what it is, because the same way you will sit there, and what you just did then is insulting to try and change this conversation to the fact that Laura has an animal called Mohammed. She has been explaining why she has a fucking animal called Mohammed. It's related to her relative. So let's not go and talk about anything that
call her that at first. I was
you
trying
did.
to find
You
a
asked her
video.
a question.
No,
and you
no,
said,
no.
"Why do you have an animal called Mohammed?" We're not going to digress a conversation that needs to be had. She was called an animal because she was apparently being rude to somebody by using dialect. Because at the end of the day,
I have not been racist directly.
It's the same dialect that you lot are talking about and using to your own
lot.
benefit.
Sorry, who's you lot? And no one's referred to her in
You
here.
lot.
And I don't
You
agree
lot
with
is
what
creating that. You lot is creators that want to use the dialect that Laura uses and try and use it to gain yourself a laugh at LOL and a smiley face.
No, you've just basically
now
called
also.
me a
By the way, I think Dan's white. So everyone in the comments saying you lot, I think he's white, so he's not.
I'm definitely a white male. So when I say you
so
lot,
guys, he ain't saying like you lot. He's saying like you create a lot. He's white too. Sorry, clarify.
What I'm saying is that you just said you lot, like as if
no, I'm not finished. I'm not finished. So
Yeah,
from Dan to Dan,
but
from
Luke
Dan
said
to
they,
Dan,
and
I'm not
he got a
finished.
video made by him. So
and you put me in a bracket with racism. You put me in a bracket
What we're
with
not going
racism.
to do is we are not going to sit back and allow covert racism to happen, because as this app is very much a thing, we have to use whatever platform we have, whether it's 1, 10, 1,000 or 100,000, we have to use those platforms to use your voice, the same voice that you used to ask for a speed challenge to be completed. Use that voice to educate the miseducated, because people that are sitting there, and by the same people who are listening to you when you talk, have to be those same people that listen to you when you don't talk, because by not speaking up, you are speaking. So if you don't condone something that's being said, say it, because by not saying it, you're not educating the people that are miseducated.
wrong way.
I'm so glad that Dan said all that.
My platform isn't about spreading awareness. It's never been about spreading awareness, and isn't about fucking debates. I've never done anything of that.
Okay, so I suggest you make friends with people of colour to then understand how the impropriety that they face on a day-to-day basis should be what you want to educate people on, because it isn't a choice. They don't have a choice.
But how do you know he hasn't got? How do you know he hasn't got friends of colour?
Face the travesties that they face by choice.
How do you know he hasn't got friends
He
of
said
colour?
he hasn't, Rossi. Stop being smart.
You can't.
He did say if he was around black people, he'd understand.
Make more friends to understand that they don't have a choice to face what they face. So you should not feel like you have a choice to speak about it.
I haven't spoke about it. That's what I'm saying.
That is my point.
You just put me in a bracket with a racism or a racist or whatever. Like you said, you lot like saying that like I have not been racist. I still stand by that. I have not been racist. What I see as racism is personally attacking someone and calling them or mocking, like, say, you know, imagine if I painted myself. I've never, do you know my perfect way to actually get at Laura would have been to impersonate her. And do you know how many times I put in the chat, I can't do it because I can't, you know, I couldn't, like, impersonate her. As in, this is what I mean, like, you're looking at me like that. But what I'm saying is...
Because you know damn well, listen, you can impersonate, you know, like, you know what I don't... You know the touchy thing about even, I can't
I'm
say
stuttering because I feel like I can't.
No, can I explain to you why though? Can I explain to you why? Because you're not comfortable with educated on race. That I'm not cussing you down for it. Do you not see the problem there? Do you not see how it can cause a divide then? You know, you can imitate Laura without painting your face brown. You could put on a wig. You could put similar features on. If she's, do you know what I mean? Clothing, nails. You don't have to paint your face.
Like
if I dressed up as you, I wouldn't need to put my face as white. My point is, and you don't need to be scared to say black. When it's because people are scared to say black because no one knows what word to say because there's been so many inappropriate words. That's what you're not getting as well. Mongrel, I've been called so many times. It's a mixed breed of dog, Daniel. That's not very nice to call someone a mongrel.
No, that's not. That's not. And you're right. You're right in saying that.
So things
but
like
how,
this.
How would you go about changing
dark,
it though?
The coloured. So when people just be comfortable in saying it. And first of all, you know the whole people say they're feeling patronised. It's more like if you feel patronised and the shoe fits. And that's not my problem, baby. I'm sorry. Like maybe exits left, centre stage. I don't know, babe. But my thing is, it's like, that's what I'm saying to you. You don't have to be techie about it. The more you ask questions, if you want to talk about stuff like this and have conversations, or you know what I mean, or like even if you came into this live and had a conversation about when I said I'm triggered, blah blah blah, and it was just normal and understood it, and it's like, yeah, calm, cool. No one would have come for you afterwards. I've not even come for you myself. Everyone's on this bullying thing. Do you feel bullied by me, DG?
What?
Do you feel bullied by me in this chat?
I don't feel bullied by anybody on this app.
No, exactly. That's my point. That's my point. So take us away. My whole thing and perspective was everyone here. There's 3.6k people, and their narrative now, which has caused a lot of stuff, goes on like this. So that's the problem. And when serious conversation want to happen, that's what I mean. So when you start putting certain people in weeklies and all that stuff, and you're saying this and that, and it's all this and all serious, that's absolutely fine. Do that, but don't come and sit there and berate people that want to have serious conversations. I'm sorry your mama never educate you. Not my business, not my fault. If I'm offended, I'm offended. Don't ever tell me what not to be offended by, because it's about perception. If you don't perceive it to be offensive, that's not my business neither, because guess what, honey? It's offensive to me. Hold it.
Yeah, and you're right, but that's vice versa though. When
needs to come and apologise.
Who?
Pell.
Oh, she in here. Sorry, guys, I don't run lives like this, so this whole, I'm not seeing comments, I can't see.
Hats
There's
off to
about
you,
30
Paige,
people in the
honestly. And I
request.
think, do you know what? I think this is your niche, because you're one of them. Is you keeping your cool, but you
Dan,
can
honestly, respectfully, darling, I got 3,400 people outside first COVID to do a Black Lives Matter protest. Respectfully, I don't need my flowers, I've got them. I do this in real life, babe. This is my niche. This is nothing. I've done this amount of people I've had in real life, and I've held a ridiculously 4 or 5 hour protest in the midst of COVID when no one wanted to come in. So I thank you for saying it. But what I'm saying is, I'm not doing it for clout, I'm not doing it for this. I'm
not saying you are, but what I'm saying is what you're doing is good. I've watched you a few times, and you keep your cool all the time. But what I'm saying is people that doesn't know, are less educated on race and religion and things like that. Some people do get it wrong, and it's they just need to admit that they've done wrong.
That's why I didn't shout at DG. Do you not know? I'm not shouting at him.
And I don't agree with animals being called and things like that. I don't agree with that. I don't 100%.
And as well, people in the comments like Leo and they, whatever your name is, at this point, it's obviously a condition, babe, because you're saying you can't stand it and you're having like all these little fits in the comments. Babe, if it's affecting you that much, just leave. Why are you torturing yourself, babe? Like, why are you torturing yourself, baby girl? Why would you put yourself in somewhere you don't want to go? That's troublesome to me.
Paige, hey, I just want to literally say what I want to say, and then I'm going to drop because I'm watching and going to sleep. But Pearl is from the traveller community, right? There's things in the traveller community that as a person, or even not in the traveller community, you do not say to somebody who's from a traveller community because it's offensive, yeah? So if somebody's from a black community or ethnic minority, whether you are from a black community or ethnic minority, there are words you do not say to people from certain backgrounds, from certain communities, yeah? Straight up, she shouldn't have said it. You would never expect somebody to refer to her as an insulting word in the traveller community. Even a kid would know that.
That's exactly. Nobody is that
so from a black community or ethnic minority,
that.
there's words you don't say and references you don't say.
Yeah.
That is it. So straight up, Pearl should 100%, as a big creator and a big platform, no excuses for her behaviour, apologise for what she just said. I'm a 25-year-old girl, yeah? Not a lot of background on fucking a lot of this stuff, but I would know not to refer to somebody who is black as something related to a
zoo animal.
A zoo animal. Come on.
I don't know, that's what I mean, because guys, I was fucked with Pearl before this, so that's just why I was shocked by what she was saying it. I'll happily let her in if she wants to come and talk about it. I don't know if she was in the box. Everyone's saying let Pearl in. Guys, I can't see.
But that's what I wanted to say.
She's on her own live now.
Thank you for letting me up. Hands on
no worries, darling. Thank you for coming up.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not actually surprised, because do you know what? Pearl is one of those people that has been in racial lives with me, who has sat in the box, got onto Angie because of things she said, but then now she goes in boxes with Angie. It's weird. And now you've just made that comment. It's what? Is it for views? Is that why you not talk about it? I don't get it. Don't make no sense.
Guys, I'm gonna drop.
Live.
Sorry, I'm gonna drop. I just want to say. Sorry, can I just say something quickly?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just want to. I'll just thank you for you guys coming on, because I did, you know, we didn't agree on everything, but you did educate me on certain things and certain things I didn't know. So I do appreciate you coming on and having your say. So yeah, thank you. And I'll catch you guys later.
Catch you on the TikTok streets.
On Pearl's live before, I was literally just scrolling, come across hers. I didn't even tap to view. And she was already on with whoever the lad was. And he was a black lad. I don't know who he was, but you could tell he was quite a sensitive person. And he kept trying to overspeak her because she had the music on blaring and she was doing it on purpose, shouting her mouth off about Shep. I don't know everything she was saying, but she was just going on about the Luke situation and saying how he's not a racist. And she's saying how she's not a racist because she's on live with this guy. And the guy was sort of saying, like, I don't want to get involved, and he didn't want to get on Shep's bad side. I'm assuming that he knew her as well. But she was insisting that he keeps re-requesting, so he did. And then that's when Shep, I think, come off because people in the comments were saying it. And then she then started with the songs. She did it on purpose because she knew Shep would see this. But then after it, she then must have fought back because the comments come in hard at that boy. He was like having to turn his comments off and things. And she was like, oh no, and the reason why I was playing that is because of this. And, you know, she was trying to cover herself. So then when she'd come on here then later and then tried to again reinforce how she's not a racist, she's just a blatant racist to me. Like, I can see straight through one straight away, and she's a racist. She's nothing but a clout chaser. There's not one nice thing about that woman. I don't know why anybody would want to view her anyway. It's clearly just for the drama and entertainment because no one can genuinely like her. She's horrible to the core.
Wait, sorry, I missed the whole...
Come and apologise. Oh, she's just joined. Pearl, you need to come and apologise quick and fast.
Can I just say one more thing?
She's on her own live now. I've got my PC on now and I can see she's on live now.
No, she's just joined.
Oh, is she now?
There we go.
Sorry, if any mods do say EQ in the chat, you know what to do, babe.
Yeah, he was just here. But yeah, tomorrow they'll be in Miss Red's box justifying this. You know, like this morning, I was in there.
Shut up.
I was in Miss Red's live this morning.
No, she's talking. Wait your turn.
I was in Miss Red's live this morning in regards to the Luke situation, and I was being jumped on left, right and centre, and
you was actually asked if you wanted a friend in the box to, you know, clarify because they made sure that you was fine, so you wasn't being jumped on.
I stood by what I stood by, and I stood on my own, and I will say the same thing there now, what I said then, that I don't need anybody to back me in anything, and if I feel a certain way, I feel a certain way, but like I said, everybody was there giving their counteracts and CVs that, oh, Luke is such a good person and this and that. So tomorrow it'll be exactly the same thing with Pearl, with the racist comment that she just made. Everybody will be in there.
Can I speak?
Yeah, go on.
Right. My arch enemy on this app is Delusive Angie, right? So I'm rather flawed, to tell you the truth. She's just jumped in my box because I have called her orangutan. It's a word I use on a daily basis.
Oh, fuck off, Pearl. Don't come with that shit. You cannot fucking dare. It's a racist word towards black people, and it has been since fucking forever. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Am I allowed to speak?
How old are you? How old are you? I'm 33 years old. I'm not fucking black. I'm fucking Asian, and I know that. And every fucking person knows that. Like that girl, the girl Georgia just come in a minute ago. She's 25, and she said she even knows that. What the fuck has being a gypsy got to do with it? Nothing. Shut the fuck up.
Whoa.
Someone needs to put you in your fucking place. I'm telling you. Shut your mouth.
On a daily basis. I'm not taking it back. Anybody who watches us knows
love and harmony.
I use. So I'm very sorry to whoever it's offended, but I'm not taking it back. It's a word I use.
But you specifically called it to Laura.
No. I called
you did.
it to Lucifer Angie. I've called Evil Queen it. Come on, I've hair black.
You're just trying to justify it as always.
No, I'm not. Angie's got no needs. Angie hates me with a passion. Delusive Angie went about. And I will give the woman a due. She's just jumped in my box and said, listen, Pearl, we don't like each other, but I'm coming to let everybody know you have called me orangutan. And I said, well, thank you very much.
Pearl, can I, the only thing I'll say is, do you know why the worst person, I'll be honest, Pearl, because you know me, like I said, very calm. The worst person, though, darling, to to try and back you in that conversation would be Ange, because you know who Ange hates more than you, babe? Black people. I think the woman would say anything to get a one-up leg over. She does. Angie is racist, like, and it's not even me saying, like, all these people in my box have been today, DG, everyone else. I've not called them racist once, have I? Delusive, yeah? Racist. She's racist, babe. So I'm just saying.
But listen, everybody on the app,
I didn't know your intent, but what I'm
everybody on the app knows me and Angie has got no time for each other, right? When I thought that woman was going to absolutely do something to herself, I'll tell the truth, I didn't want that on my conscience.
Yeah, of course,
I went across and said, let's squash this beef. We're never going to be friends, but I don't want to argue with you no more. Because I didn't want that on my conscience. I expected waking up and somebody coming onto the app to say she had took her own life. End of, right? So I was the bigger person and went across to Angie and said, listen, Angie, I don't want you to feel like this, no way, shape or form, because we've argued for a long time and I dated Angie going on how she was going and I couldn't have coped with that on my conscience.
Right, yeah, but Pearl, I love you to bits, but let's face it, it's not about you and Angie now, it's about what situation, what's going on, right? So Pearl, I don't agree with what you said about an animal because...
Please, Dan, let me speak.
You spoke, but let me speak for a sec.
Paige, please, will you ask Dan? Can I speak? Sorry.
Well, it's not up to...
Dan, please, I'm trying to explain myself.
All right, go on, sweetheart.
So Angie had no need to come over and say what she said tonight, which, listen, I've just noticed she's come in the box and I say thank you for that, because Angie had no need because of what's gone on with me and her for over a year. Right? But listen, I am not taking that word back. I use it every day. People on the app knows I use that word every day. I'm not taking it back. And it wasn't racist.
As a woman, you tell us
Let me speak to you really quickly.
and what is not racist. Number one,
can I speak?
No, I'm speaking. Shut up.
Well, when you're ready.
Whatever. You're here talking about Angie came in my box and said that she don't think Angie's the biggest racist on this app.
No, you're the racist. You called someone a bouncy bird.
Angie's the biggest racist on this app.
You're a liar.
Angie, shut your mouth, you drunk bitch.
I've got a 10-hour live.
Listen, let me tell you something, Angie, you old hag. For your own mother to not want you, your own mother called you racist. Your own mother called you racist.
Yeah, just vicious. You're nasty, racist.
Back to hell. What my point is, because I actually thought that you was a woman of respect.
You called someone a bounty bird.
Angie.
Racist. You're racist.
Angie, do you want me to bring up the DMs?
Why did she call you racist? Why did she call you racist? Why did she call a bounty bird? You know why? Because she said you're racist.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yes, you turn, please shine.
So I just quickly
burning. Ow.
I just have one thing to say, which is kind of in a direction towards Pearl. One thing that I think needs to be taken into consideration is racial bias and white privilege in these kind of conversations. The reason why you feel, Pearl, that you don't need to take something back and don't need to apologize for certain things that are said is because that your trauma, as you've experienced as a traveler woman, it's not for you to compare that to the trauma of someone of color. So by saying, oh, I'm a traveler and I've experienced this, you can't use that to appropriate and to accommodate the fact that what you said has offended a community. It's no longer about the words you use to a person. If those words that you use to disrespect or to cuss a person affects a whole community, it is a bigger picture. You have to then use your privilege as someone who doesn't have to experience that 24/7 and understand that words reflect on trauma. So if I say something to somebody and that can cause a rippling effect and can trigger someone to relate back to historical trauma, historical racism, you have to take accountability for that. And being white, unfortunately in this world, you're born into a privilege. It's on the borderline of being racist to not actually acknowledge that Acknowledge that. You have to acknowledge the fact that your skin color gives you a privilege that other people who don't share that same skin color have. You have to understand that. And it's not for you to say that you can't take something back, Pearl. And I mean that with the utmost respect. It's the same way if I said something to you that, not knowing you, was disrespectful, was rude, and you took offense to, my initial response would be to apologize as humans, not just as the fact that it might be racist or it might be insulting to a culture, to a creed, whatever. So by saying, I say that on a daily basis and I'm not taking it back, it diminishes the damage that it does to a person or their community or their culture or their historical trauma. You should understand that although your intent may not be there, because if you're saying you didn't mean it that way, that's valid. You're allowed to say that. But you also have to take into consideration that although your intention isn't to do something, it can still be done. My intention might not be to break the window, but I could still possibly do that by doing something. You have to consider that. And I just honestly mean that with no condescending note. I mean that with the utmost respect to you because I don't know you. But I do have to, as a person who is born into a privilege that I don't even want, you have to acknowledge that and you have to use your privilege to say, actually, what I said was wrong, it's offensive, and educate the people that follow you, the people that also may come from the same culture that you come from, to understand that that isn't okay. And that is all I have to say on the matter.
Thanking you, a man like that. Out where you come from, but me love ya. Jesus, breath of fresh air. Guys, you're all sitting next, you silly little buggers. It's a show time. It's a show. No one can talk till he's finished. I don't know how to make the next person go, though. Do I just unmute their mic? I don't get it. Does anybody know? Oh, here we go. No, like that. Wrap up. Oh, I'm learning. Look at me, TikToker. There we go. Boom.
Hello, finally. Bloody hell. Right.
Sorry, guys, I'm not like this. I don't know how to do it. Carry on.
Oh, my brain cells. Right. I think where we're all going wrong, and I think this is just a reoccurring thing that I keep seeing on this app, is people are not going to take accountability for what other people may or may not feel is offensive. Yes, like Dan said, your intent might not be to actually, maliciously offend somebody. We get that. But at the same time, where are triggers and where are kind of feelings towards some of the statements that are made by the white community come from is history. And I'm so sorry. Yeah, you can all say, yeah, it's 2024, it's generational, it's this, it's that. But at the end of the day, you guys need to remember, as a collective that's using this app, we've got viewers, we've got supporters that might not be educated in Black history, might not understand that the term orangutan might be offensive, and a Black person will take it as a racist slur. And the reason for that is the history that it holds and the history that we have gone through as a community to fight against these stereotypes, to fight against these words that are thrown at us so easily and so lightly. When we've been through that struggle and we've actually seen that, that's where it stems from. I'm not saying that, travelers or the Asians or the, any other community have not gone through struggles. That I'm never going to sit here and diminish that and try to, water it down for you guys. But where you guys, I feel like as creators on this app, forget is that people might not be educated, and we need to sit down and come together instead of arguing at each other, and sit down and actually say, look, that impact that it has on somebody and where it puts their mind frame. As soon as you say, oh, you orangutan, or you monkey, or you gorilla, it brings us back. It makes us feel like we're completely dehumanized and we don't have the same value as you. When in real fact, we might not have that, because when we walk the streets, we're not seen the same. When we're gone into the hospitals, we're not treated the same. When we're arrested and put into custody, we're not given the same treatment. We don't feel the same justice as the white community. So let's not diminish that. Let's not say, okay, well, if I don't intend to make it feel like it's malicious, that means you shouldn't take it malicious or you shouldn't be offensive. No, that's where you're going wrong. And I think that's where the ignorance and the lack of education comes in. So where you guys need to, as creators as well, like for your own platform, like nobody wants to be seen as a racist. No one does on this app. Let's be real now. So let's just take away the fact that you do have a platform. and you are somebody that said something that maybe in the heat of the moment, Pearl, you said it and your intent might not have been to offend Laura, but it's not only just offended Laura, it's offended everybody that's black on the app now that was watching. All the 3K people that were in here have said, whoa. And you know what I mean? Like it took us back a little bit because, all right, where are we going to go back to? History. Where are we going to go back to? The moment in time in the past where we were completely dehumanized, where our value was not the same and we were segregated and singled out. So let's just try to kind of tone this down a little bit and just kind of understand where the deep root issue comes from. History is there for a reason, and it's, please, let's not repeat it. Like, let's not go in and be like, okay, well, I didn't mean it and I didn't do this. Who gives a fuck? What we care about.
Babe, sorry, I'm going to wrap up only because I was doing 3 minutes for everyone because the
Go on, babe. Go on,
sorry. I'm going to let everyone free up afterwards, but I'm just going to do 3 minutes. I'm going to stop everyone for 3 minutes. Love, babe, thanks.
Well, I just want to say that some people are just chatting rubbish, yeah? I don't care if she meant it or whatever. The intention was there. She said it and she's not taking accountability and she's standing by it. Pearl, you're fake. Yeah? You don't stand on nothing. I don't want to ever hear you talking about racism. You, Tony, none of you lot, because you don't care about the black community. You don't. You just... The other day, you was talking about Angie being racist, but yet you're coming in here saying that Angie said that it's not racist. Like, are you stupid? Like, it don't make no sense. I'm tired of being nice to you lot. Like, I'm tired of educating people on this platform. Like, I'm tired of it. This is not the first time. Do you understand what I'm saying? As for you, Angie, you're just sick. You need real life help. TikTok is not helping you. You are a sick individual woman. You're trash. And I can't wait until you get what's coming to you, Miss Angie. Delusive shit. Yeah? But as a black woman, I am tired of coming and having to explain myself time and time and time again. I'm tired of you content creators that just chat rubbish. Like I said, want to talk about racism, want to invite me and Paige into use lot's box, but then the next day another segment starts or another drama and forget the racist, let's bring her back in the box. You're all fake, you all do it for gifts, and you don't stand on shit. And when TikTok goes, you're all gonna be bruck and stuck, no fucking life, because you lot forget that there is reality outside TikTok.
Damn, what next person? That's all. Damn. Okay, wait. Sorry, guys, I'm slow at this. Wrap up.
Sorry for that one. Apart from that, yeah, I'm just kind of sat here thinking, with what's just gone on, take it back. Man like Dan, big up your blood clot as well for even bringing it back to where it should have stayed. Not deflecting on other people as per usual. That's what I always find with myself. My situation is a lot different to everybody else. Had that been targeted at you, Pearl, for example, you'd have blown your shit so no one would have had a word to fucking speak in edgeways. But for some reason, because it's me, I get treated differently. I've not even had the chance to talk because everybody's been too busy talking, and those that have spoke up, thank you. But for the rest of no, what the fuck are you doing here? You're not helping. You're not bringing anything to the table that can move this forward. You sat here chatting shit like you do the majority of the time. Because Pearl, really and truly, you called me what you called me. You requested me fucking live non-stop with the guy in the box that you want to keep putting there like we was targeting him and attacking his mental health. You was affecting his mental health and were gonna if I would have accepted. That's on you, love, not me. And don't come for me with a love because I'm from Yorkshire. I can't say blood clot and I can't say love. Do you get where I'm coming from with that? Because either which way I talk right about now, I can't. Whether it's love, whether it's blood clot, brethren, I don't know how I'm supposed to talk to please or no. Furthermore, just as a whole, anything regarding me Why is it always going in the opposition where I'm sat here having to hold my mouth and then having to wait just for a little opportunity to fucking back my shit or have my say? And come back at all the fucking diarrhea that is coming out of people's mouths. I'm only sat now able to finish a fucking sentence because I've been given 5 minutes, but 3 minutes are nearly done, and that's what she said, and I got to respect Paige because she said we've only got 3 fucking minutes. But whatever subject it is on me, look at the fucking pattern.
Facts.
I've just been called a fucking monkey. You didn't fucking care. 5 days ago, a girl, a creator on this app, posted a video about her having something put in her drink. I feel like, and I say it sometimes, yeah, but they're my thoughts and feelings, and that's how I feel. I always said if I was like my big sister, blonde hair, blue eyes, which from a child we've been able to see the big differences, yeah? And I said it, and coincidentally, the girl that posted it 5 days ago is blonde hair, blue eyed. And if you go check the comments and how she's been treated, for some reason, why is it the opposite with me? And that don't tell me to shut up, because you know what? I will beg Paige another 5 minutes and I'm going to fucking get it.
Yeah, guys, the reason I'm letting her have the full 5 minutes, the whole thing is the live was meant to be about Laura and stuff like that. She's not spoke the whole time.
I've had to sit here while everyone's discussing me again. I've got angry. I've had to process what everyone's saying right about now. Like, get ups. Yeah, do you know what? I broke when man like Dan brought it back. Thank you. Because everyone disregards my thoughts and feelings. I've always got to defend them instead of explain them. Like when I got sent the post earlier on about my girl, do you know what? I loved the support in the comment section because that's all she's getting. Why am I a liar? Why can't I have my say? Why is it everything I do, from the way I walk to the way I am on my live stream, to the way I look after my animals, to the way I have a fucking, like, whatever I do, why is it I'm always having to defend it? Why can't you let a bitch live and do what I do on the app, which I try to do apart from defending myself, which is help turn frowns upside down and raise money for my pickaninnies, aka my animals, yeah, that have all got names, as you're all aware of, yeah? And as you all want to take the piss with tonight, as I write till 11 a blood clock looking for me black Spanish something, and a breed is called black Spanish. So don't even try come for me. But I don't know the next word, so I call her black Spanish something. Yeah? You all wanted to take the piss out of me. Just leave me to do my thing.
Oh, that was a horrible switch up.
Hi guys, yeah, just make this really quick because obviously you're calling me a racist here, and I'm going to go back to that debate we had, the racism debate. Okay, that was a 10-hour debate. Torian was trolling. 100% was trolling me. I had her in the box the longest, 5 hours, and people were telling me to drop her because of her trolling. She was very disrespectful. It's Remembrance Day. She was laughing at people. People had lost people fighting for this country.
Okay, what's that got to do with you not being racist?
And she was laughing. She thought it was funny, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then at one point she even said to me, oh, how come, Angie, I'm the only black person in this spot here on your live? And I said to her, well, no one else has requested the box, Torian. She twisted everything around and used the race card 1,000%. I thought she was trolling. Everyone else thought she was trolling. Everyone saw what she had done. Now I said to a white woman, because she was also, this white woman was slagging off this country, and I thought, listen, I have a lot of problems with this country too. I didn't think it was the right day, Remembrance Day, to be doing that when we've got families of people that have lost their loved ones at war. And I said to the white woman, I'm going to put you on a country, put you on a boat to another country, not back to your country, but to another country. I said it to a white woman first, right? And I thought it was funny. I hate flying, so I said the word boat, okay? Ha, ha, ha. Then I happened to, like what Pearl did, but basically I happened to say it to a black woman, okay, and said, I'm going to put you on a boat, not back to your country because she's born here. I said to another country, and I said Barbados, a place that I've always wanted to go to, Barbados. It was the first country.
So why not like
she turned around, I haven't finished. She turned around and said, oh my God, that's a black country.
Iceland. Why not the Antarctica?
Because that was the first country that came to my head. Because you don't obviously watch my lives. I'm always talking about Barbados. Like I said, I'm always talking about Barbados, but you twisted it around to make out that it was racism, like you've done with Bill. You twisted it around to make out that I'm a racist, okay?
Good for you.
And I said
you're
to
racist,
Barbados, and she was like, "Oh my God, it's a black country." She was trying to go. She went for us. She kept saying you lot. She kept saying you lot as in us white people.
Yeah, one racist comment.
She also, a black woman in the comments actually called her racist. Okay, because she was being racist.
The same black woman.
Yeah, but you're not letting me speak though, are you, Paige, baby? And I think it's unfair.
I don't have the same respect for you that I have for every
well, I don't have the same.
You're racist.
But you have the same respect for.
I don't want to talk about Torian.
Yeah, because you have a dislike for me.
Racist.
That's all it is.
You said to me, "I'm not," because I want to know. Not you're and Torian's little beef. Don't care.
Listen, a black woman in the comments turned around to Torian and called her racist. Torian turned around to her and called her a bounty bar. She called her a bounty bar, okay? One woman was actually prosecuted for that word because she was being racist. She was being disrespectful. You just have a dislike for me. You reported it to the police, Torian. What happened to that police case? The police threw it out because I've got the 10-hour live of you. And then you put up a GUN sign. We're talking about Remembrance Day. You put up a GUN sign to your head, Torian, and thought and laughed your head off.
I get it.
You
don't
have no respect.
Torian.
Okay, you use the race card, you twist everything around, and I'm sick of hearing it, to be honest with you. Okay, you don't educate
We're going to wrap you right up, Miss Headband, because you're not, listen, I called you racist, explain you how you're not racist. Don't care if you do little things back and forth with Torian like you don't like her. Sorry, Bab. You're racist because everyone in your blood clot box is racist. One woman said to me she had to leave South London in the 80s because the blacks kept trying to steal the babies. What kind of nonsense. Sorry, Shabana, going, babe. Hello, darling. Sorry.
No, it's all right. Don't worry. I'm not going to be long anyway, because I originally just wanted to join, and it was more to enforce like your point to DG. You know, I've got nothing against DG. I just want to strongly make that point as well. I don't think he is a racist. I don't know him like that, and I've not watched him enough to know that yet. Do you know what I mean? I'll have to see him for myself. But I just wanted to point out that his words, whether it's him doing, you know, a Jamaican accent or an Asian accent, you know, you're speaking from a black perspective, I'm coming from an Asian perspective, and I want to say, you know, I find it offensive too. I might find him humorous in some things that he does, and you know, he's funny on his lives. I'm not a live creator, I make content, you know, I'm different. So I think he does bring something to the app in that sense. But, you know, if my personal opinion is, if he didn't surround himself with the people he is now in a clique with, then he won't be in this kind of trouble he's in right now. The people that he's now in this clique with are not good for him. You know, he's done well on his own. Now he's with all these. And I'm not being funny, you know, saying someone's a racist, it's a very, very strong label to put on someone, so I will never put that on DG because I don't think he is one.
That's what it's not. We're not throwing around.
I'm just saying. But Pearl, on the other hand, you are a racist. You've made it clear to thousands of people. I don't know how many people were in the live, but it's 4.6 right now. You know, and you are a racist. And you know, there's no defending that. If the fact that you can't even take accountability, you come back in and you couldn't even apologise and be a grown ass woman as the eldest woman, I'm assuming, that's in the live bots. Do you know what I mean? It just shows what kind of person you are. But like I said, that's all I want to say. If Laura wants to pop back up and take off my last few minutes, she's more than welcome to.
I'm going to open the box when I come back round anyway. I don't think that many people want to talk. So thank you, my darling. I think it's Pearl next.
Right, I've come back in to say, firstly and foremost, I am not no racist, right? Yes, now I've had time to sit and listen to how that word come across, which is a word I use on a daily basis. So anybody who watches me and hears it saying from now on, because I will say it because it's a word I use. But because of the time and who I said it to, this is the only reason, because I would not have thought about it in a million years. I am apologising for using that word. That is what I'm apologising to whoever I offended. But while we're on, Laura, you've come in this box and you kept calling us them, you lot, them. Listen, if we wanted to jump all over this, we would. But listen, let me tell you, anybody who watches me will see me use that word, and I didn't call you a monkey. I didn't take it as that word. What I said was orangutan, which I use on a daily basis, the same as the word Kent, but with a C, right? So I am not apologising from this day on from the word I use. I use orangutan on a daily basis. And anybody who watches us knows that I say it. So no, it wasn't racist. Not one little bit was racist. But Laura, listen, you have destroyed people's lives on here by calling them, like saying about essays it, and drugging your drinks and doing whatever. We could have jumped all over you, but we didn't. All I ever said on that matter was Team Speedo, right? Because I didn't believe it, not for one little minute. That's my opinion. But there you go again. Like I say, I could run a racist card too about being a gypsy. There's lots of things that's said on this app that I could run with. Like Laura today called Luke, was it today or yesterday, I'm lost off for the days, a Milky Bar kid, right? How does Luke feel about that? When all he said to you was, fucking they. I had to think there what he said was.
I just want to say one thing quickly, because I see a lot of comments saying selective outrage. You know, the only thing that winds me up, because like I said, I'm fair to everyone. The only thing that winds me up with what you're saying, though, pal. You know when you said though you couldn't pull the card about you being a gypsy and stuff like that and a traveller. When you guys do call something out, especially moving the black community, like we're the first to back you and stand and say and call it out with you guys. That's why I was like, do you know when you use the word? If you use the word every day, I don't watch it that much, I don't know. But my thing is, like, we're all grown enough to kind of just think in the situation, pal, where we're talking about racism, the most techiest place you could have called a black woman an orangutan was then when you're shouting. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Paige, that's how you should know that was not racist against Laura, which I still do call her Laura, and she kept calling me love. How she says she uses the word love, I use the word orangutan, and I call me grandchildren and me kids it. And anybody who watches us, please feel free to jump up and say you're a fucking liar, Pearl, because I use it on a daily basis. Do you know something? There's lots of people on this app that I call that too, and that is my word. The same as Kent, but with a C, right? I use it on a daily basis. Maybe a wrong choice of word to use, but I use it. So I'm not apologising for using that word because that's what I say. Do you understand? Like, that's what I say. I've called CL8, I've called Evil Quint, I've called Delusive Angie, I've called Luke, I've called Miss J, I've called Miss Reddit. Do you understand? And it was only happened to be Laura, and she was a black woman. So it didn't enter my brain where this name was going to be took to. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you, Paigey?
Yeah, I get it, but that's like, this is the problem. Like, this is a prime example though of the whole reason that we're having the conversation in the first place, with the day and the terminology and stuff. It gets to a point where it's like, sometimes, like, if someone said something to the traveller community that was outrageous, they'd just say sorry and that was it. But it feels like just sometimes, pal, just say sorry and leave it as that. Because no, but do you know what it is, pal? When we've been around some people, it sounds deflecting. So sometimes
I have offended by that.
Yeah, but then just leave it as that then. Do you know what I mean?
I'm apologising. I can't.
Yeah, and then just leave it as that. Don't keep the digging afterwards, because that's when it gets techie, though.
Hear me, Paigey baby, say that word, because I use it on a daily